Hi, folks. This is Mountain Man coming to you from parts unknown. I hope you all are doing well tonight. I am once again simulcasting on Rumble and Utizzle, and we got stuff percolating in Congress. What are they up to now? So a lot of people are thinking, "Oh, the government shutdown is going to end tonight." No, that's not how it works. But they are definitely up to something. And who are the players in this thing? What made that light switch go either on or off? Whatever, however you want to look at it, to get things moving from the impasse. But anyway, what do I do? I usually play videos while people come into the chats and get ready to discuss the events, current events. So that's what I'm going to do. And then get yourself a cold brew cup of coffee, whatever you want. Maybe even a glass of wine, I don't know. And then we'll be like butter. And what? Get on a roll.
I would say the mayor of all these Democrat cities, like Chicago, what you are doing to your own citizens is evil. Subjecting your own citizens to this constant bloodbath and then rejoicing in it is evil. And you should praise God every single day that President Trump is in the White House. The Democrat Party does not fight for, care about, or represent American citizens. It is an entity devoted exclusively to the defense of hardened criminals, gangbangers, and illegal alien terrorists. The Democrat Party is not a political party. It is a domestic extremist organization. Look at Chicago. They've shut down the police department. They've handcuffed law enforcement. And as President Trump says, they have turned the streets of Chicago into a bloody killing field. Here in Washington, D.C., before President Trump launched the federal law enforcement liberation in D.C., there was a murder on the streets of this town every other day. Body after body after body after body. That was Washington, D.C. Residents were afraid to go to restaurants. They were afraid to go into entire neighborhoods. They were getting carjacked, right and left, robbed and beaten. That was Washington, D.C. Now we're 2 weeks homicide free, the safest the city has ever been in its entire history. And the Democrats, instead of jumping up and down and saying, "Thank you, President Trump. Thank you for saving our lives. Thank you for saving our cities," instead of thanking him for that, they're saying, "President Trump, how dare you save our lives? How dare you save our children? How dare you save our city?" The Democrat Party, Sean, that exists today, it disgusts me.
Raise your hand if your government plan would provide coverage for undocumented immigrants.
Storm zone.
Yes, sir.
I'm wondering what storm you're talking about.
They have unsuccessfully tried to take down the wrong person.
He's absolutely going to come back with full vengeance the next time around.
Now think about what 4 years of a retribution presidency might look like. Our Constitution really does give the president tremendous power to destroy. This will be something we could never have imagined.
Now the gloves are off.
Some of Trump's close political allies told him they are working on figuring out the identities of the FBI and DOJ staff and forming lists.
I will direct a completely overhauled DOJ to investigate every radical DA and AG in America for their illegal, racist enforcement of the law. The deep state is destroying our nation, but the tables must turn and we will quickly destroy the deep state. We know where the bodies are buried. There are a lot of people out there that have done some very, very evil things, very bad things, I would say treasonous things against our country. People that have done such harm to our country. I've been looking at them for a long time.
He could order the investigation and prosecution of individuals who he sees as enemies.
Put them all in jail where they belong. You gotta get tough and smart to fight fire with fire. You can't allow this to go on. And I will be the one to clean it up. I am your retribution. We will take care of it. We will take care.
Hi, folks. How's everybody doing? Thank you for joining me tonight. I watched as much as I could of everybody wandering around the Senate floor. Hi, Sissy. How you doing? Damon, nice to see you. Baby Nurse. Marla, how you doing? Robin. Rain. Nice to see everybody. Rebecca. Wayne's here. Thank you for helping out on Buy Me a Coffee, Wayne. I do appreciate it. And I also want to thank Mike and Bev watching on the big screen for us to help and support the broadcast. I'm not going to get skunked this week. Hi, Graybeard. How you doing? Hi, Darla. Kim's giving everybody a group hug. Can you feel it? Araceli, how you doing? Nice to see you. Benjamin's here. Root Dog. Elva. David's here. Okay, well, I appreciate you all joining me. So, a lot of people are saying, oh, the government shutdown is ending. No, it will, I guess, some point. But I didn't like what I was hearing on, that's why I put it in the title. What are they up to now? It's always some kind of sideways deal. Or as my old friend used to say, I don't want no Chinese deals. No Chinese deals. So something's going on, but we'll see how it works out. Trump's happy. I'm happy, I guess. Oh, good. I'm glad it sounds great. Yeah, watch grass grow. That's right. They're voting to go into cloture or whatever. That's basically saying their filibuster is over, and then they can vote with a simple majority. So, my understanding, I guess what I learned in government class, was the House sends things up to the Senate, and the Senate votes on it, or they make changes. And if they make changes, they have to send it back to the House for the House to approve. So I understand that they're making changes. Isn't that what you all are understanding? And I didn't like what I was hearing. They're going to reverse some of the firings. When I first heard it, I thought, you're kidding me. We're not talking about those firings Trump did that they took to court and all the way to the Supreme Court. But no, what they're referring to is any firings that were done during the shutdown. But, and then they want to stop a president from being able to fire people during the shutdown. Now, wait a minute. Unless Trump can get a workaround, as he says, a plan 2 instead of plan B, he says a plan 2. That's part of the impetus. What compelled them to get to the table was tomorrow is a deadline. 41 days would be tomorrow, and that would. Lee Zeldin came out and said, a lot of people are going to be going, 100,000. And then, like Andrew Branca said, December 1st, it's even more than that. So I don't want to see the president being hampered for future firings. Hi, Larry. How you doing? Flannel cheese. Nice to see you. Yeah, they're sneaky. That's right. Bunch of lying liars from Liarville. But Lindsey Graham, all of a sudden, has been center stage. And there was I got this video here of Megyn Kelly saying the Republicans don't have any guts. I might play that. I've had it for a couple of days. And they're not ending the filibuster. So the key is voter ID. They got to get that through. And but as long as the Democrats can filibuster, it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard to get that through. Oh, here's a nice meme for you. Let me put some of these memes up so you can get them on your meta page. There you go. New York City when Vance is elected. Like I said, whoever that woman is, if she just got a nickel every time her face was used in a meme, oh, she wouldn't be crying anymore, would she? So, I just wanted to get that out of my studio. But anyway, I got another picture with her in there. I put it up in a little bit. Anyway, two people were talking. Hegseth came out and gave a little speech. I'll play a little bit of that. But I heard that behind closed doors, Trump had a meeting with some Senate leaders, and that he kind of snapped at Lindsey Graham. And then all of a sudden, Lindsey Graham starts coming to the fore. And who knows what he had to do with this, I guess you call it a compromise. I don't know. But here's some clips of him. And you see a lot of this graph you have behind you. Trump put out a truth about just give the American people their money. Yeah, instead of giving it to healthcare companies, just give it to the American people and let them shop for their own healthcare. And you've got Bernie Sanders, Chuck Schumer getting up there saying, we have got an awful healthcare system. It's expensive. It's horrible. It's the worst thing in the world. And nobody's pointing out the fact that they're the idiots that put this damn Obamacare in. And then they turn around and say, it's awful. It's terrible. And nobody's calling them out. But anyway, here's Lindsey Graham.
You're asking me and others to continue a program that is fundamentally broken, that's inflationary. And the only winner of Obamacare are the largest health care companies in America who are making excessive profits off a health care system you designed, and all you want is more people signed up on this program, and you're rewarding insurance companies for finding more people who are making a fortune, and the delivery of health care is costing more, and the quality is going down. We're not going to do this. We're not going to give in to this.
Okay, so that was after the meeting with Trump. And what I understand, this deal that they're doing does not have that in there. I don't know why they broke this into 3 separate clips, but yeah, here's Chuck Schumer. What a picture. Look at him sitting there with his fingers coming together like, what's that guy on The Spy Who Shagged Me? You know, some demonic character.
So, Senator Schumer, I couldn't disagree with you more. Every day gets better for us. You clearly need to get out of Washington and talk to people outside the wacky left. You're disconnected with real life in America. Every day this goes on doesn't get better for us. We will not be held hostage. to continue Obamacare that's been a miserable failure. We will not be held hostage to continue to give money to healthcare companies, insurance companies, to enrich them at the expense of the American people.
Okay, so you got him coming out strong against Obamacare. I wish they had to focus more on this illegal money. Talking about, no, we're not going to be giving money to illegals. But it looks like we're getting 90% of what we want. But I tell you what, got to be careful, because even 10% of a turd sandwich don't taste very good, you know? So, hi, Robin. Nice to see you. So we got to see the devil's in the details, right? The devil's in the details. So we'll see how many news agencies do not participate in the power to ignore and actually tell us what's going on. Like I said, you're going to see a lot of this graph right here. Trump put it up and people were reposting it. Trump just posted on Truth Social exposing how much Obamacare benefited insurance companies, the big insurance companies now, at the expense of the American people. 1,100, 800, 600% surges in stock prices. Oh, I bet you Nancy was in on that. Nancy Pelosi, since it was signed into law. Just insane numbers, a total scam. Boy, ain't that the truth. And this is what shook him up when Trump put this one out. I'm recommending to the Senate Republicans that the hundreds of billions of dollars currently being sent to money-sucking insurance companies in order to save the bad health care provided by Obamacare be sent directly to the people so that they can purchase their own much better health care and have money left over. In other words, take from the big bad insurance companies, give it to the people, and terminate per dollar spent the worst health care anywhere in the world. That's one thing Bernie's right about. Obamacare. Unrelated, we must still terminate the filibuster. That's not happening. That's not happening. Oh, here's a picture of that guy. I found the thumbnail with his picture on it. The guy over here on the left, that's the attorney. That was, I did a video on with him and Andrew Weissman. It's in my collection there. If you go through my past videos, you'll see this clown. It's getting hot in here on the thumbnail. But everybody's praising him as being a great attorney, but he's the one saying tariffs are taxes. And, anybody with a brain knows they're not a tax. If we have tariffs on China and their Whopper Chopper or whatever cheap crap they're selling is more than you want to pay, you buy your Whopper Chopper from Pakistan where the tariffs aren't that high. Or God forbid you buy American. So it's not a compulsory tax. It's elective. You don't got to buy from China or anywhere else. But, I tell you, Trump addressed that in one of his truths I put out. Facts about tariffs. And he said, why isn't anyone telling the Supreme Court this? And I think that's one of the first little rebukes he's done about the attorney we're using, which is Jay Sekulow. I hear everybody talking good about him, and I think he leaves stuff out. Myself personally, I think he leaves some stuff out. His voice is, frankly, it's annoying. I know I've talked about Bobby Kennedy, be patient with him, listen to him, and stuff like that. He's not arguing before the Supreme Court, though. But Succulo has got a very irritating voice, and I don't think he covers the argument as good as he should, especially with his tariff thing. And I didn't directly say that, but if I get to that truth Trump put out, you'll see why I think Trump is giving him a little bit of a backhand. So that he didn't give his best argument, I'll put it that way. This is Trump. No U.S. officials will attend G20 summit in South Africa. It's a total disgrace that the G20 will be held in South Africa. Afrikaners, people who are descended from Dutch settlers and also French and German immigrants, are being killed and slaughtered, and their land and farms are being illegally confiscated. No U.S. government official will attend. No U.S. government official, not just Trump, will attend as long as these human rights abuses continue. I look forward to hosting the 2026 G20 in Miami, Florida. So, Crux News, I don't know what to make of them, but yeah, they're pretty much repeating that same truth. It's scheduled for November 22nd and November 23rd. And I don't think they can fix that problem before then. So it won't be in the news. It won't be in the news. Did I have a video with this? I wanted to show y'all. I didn't get the video of it. I may have it in my studio. Wait a minute. See the woman looking at her name's Ashley Allison. I'm gonna have to get a still shot of that and use it in a meme, because you see the look she's giving him. Given that, is that Jasmine Crockett? This is having a massive impact. This is what Jasmine Crockett was saying. I believe it's Jasmine Crockett. I went and got my eyebrows done the other day, and my eyebrow technician said they're going to fire 2 technicians because all their clients don't have any money to come. CNN's Ashley Allison discovers how the economy works. The point is, they got to use their eyebrow and eyelash money to buy food now because they didn't get food stamps. And look at the look Ashley's giving her, like, oh, really? So we're technically paying for your eyebrows. And it's true. Oh, my goodness. Let's see. Supreme Court issues emergency order to block full food stamp aid payments. Now, see what happened was that lower court compelled Trump to, or tried to compel Trump to pay for food stamps. So the Trump administration appeals to the Supreme Court because a judge can't do that. Well, some of these Democrat states started issuing the money. And that's why the Supreme Court had to put an immediate stop. And as you'll see later on in the broadcast, the states had no right to do that. It was illegal. So when the Supreme Court tells them to stop, ABC and all these other jerks say Trump is ordering the reversal of EBT payments. So people, not Jasmine, what's her name? what's that one on the Supreme Court? Ketanji Brown Jackson. She's the one. And of course, she had to make some heartbreaking commentary on how it's terrible. People aren't getting free food. And I know there are some people that need it, but there's tens of millions that are just screwing us over. Just that daggone simple. Let me see what's going on. Hi, ourselves. How you doing? Sherry, nice to see you. Rain, Pappy Two Bears. Let's see. Nice to see you all. Hi, Todd. Miss Mendersue. Ha ha ha. Nice to see you, Miss Mendersue. All right. So anyway, is anybody watching the, are they finished with their vote to come out of cloture? So because it turns out that it's true about this, on the 41st day, there could be $100,000 people being fired. And so here, today's is day 40. Today's day 40, and they're making this move. But the government can't technically open because, like I said, any changes the Senate makes has to go get approved by the House. It's got to be sent back to the House for approval. And then the president has to sign it. Remember, I'm just a bill. Yeah, I'm only a bill. And I'm sitting here on Capitol Hill. Still 59 to 40, graybeard, huh? I think that's all they need, really. But that's just they're voting to approve a vote on opening the government. They're voting to end the filibuster. That's what they're doing. Not permanently, just on this one issue. So, when's it going to open? When is the government going to open? If this all goes through without a hitch, Wednesday? So here's a guy I told you all about. He does videos on. He's all right. He's an all right guy, but sometimes he gets his thumbnails a little too panicky. His name Walter Knott, I think. But anyway, he helps people with navigate the bureaucracy. He's an attorney for Social Security, disability, and regular Social Security. But anyway, emergency food stamp payments may have been illegal. And that's what I was saying. The states jumped the gun and started making payments that were not authorized because the case was being appealed. And then Ketanji Brown Jackson agreed. Yeah, you can't do that. It's got to be heard. The case has to be heard. And then what did he come up with? Another thumbnail he came up with. Here we go. Another one he came up with. Oh, shoot. No, he had that's the same one. Oh, wait a minute. Where'd it go? He had one that said Trump stopped the payments. You know, I'm not picking on Walter. I'm just saying how public perception can be molded when that's not at all what the story is. Oh, I guess I didn't get that thumbnail. But anyway, he had a thumbnail that said Trump stopped it, which just makes these lunatic liberals really angry anyway. Here you go. Here's something to have a laugh at. Whoa, where'd it go? It's Bernie Sanders and Zoran Mamdani. Do you know Zoran Mamdani is already asking for people to contribute to his transition team and his all his expenses to take over as mayor? And people are giving him money in a GoFundMe. But anyway.
Zoran Mamdani, congratulations on being the first radical Islamist communist mayor of New York City.
Thanks, Bernie. By any chance, could you spare some change? I promised a bunch of free stuff and I have no idea how to pay for it.
I don't, but you should stop begging for money like you're some kind of homeless panhandler. Anyway, I'd like to know your plan to make NYC a better place to live.
Right, let me show you. As you know, 9/11 was Islamophobic. The day after radical Islamist terrorists crashed a plane into the Twin Towers, Americans for no reason felt uncomfortable sitting next to men wearing turbans. So, I want to make it illegal to remember 9/11.
I have to be honest, Zoran, that's a bad idea. Besides, I don't even think you can make laws.
That's because the system is Islamophobic. I'll call the New York governor right now. Hi, Kathy. Will you help me make it illegal to remember 9/11? No. That would require me to do my job, and I don't like to work. Ugh, could you at least spare some change? I made so many promises I can't deliver on. Damn Islamophobists! Alright, my next idea is prison reform. The New York prison system is full of people who don't deserve to be there. Did they commit felonies? Sure. Are a lot of them violent recidivists? You bet. But they're also victims. That's why I want to get rid of the NYPD, so nobody can ever be arrested for being a victim again.
I like the idea, but I don't think you'll get it done without help. And I know just who to ask. Alexandria, would you support Zoran's prison reform?
And could you spare some change? There's so many things I said I could do but can't.
Well, I am the smartest woman in the world, but no, sorry.
Oh, so you're Islamophobic.
Everybody's Islamophobic that doesn't give him money. Hi, Mac, how you doing? Outlandish, nice to see you. Cynthia. That's right, Schoolhouse Rock. That's what it was, Graybeard. So anyway, where's that one meme I had? Here you go. Speaking of Mamdani, the irony of voting for government grocery stores during a government shutdown. They'll never learn. They'll do twice the work to get something for free than if they just got an honest job and earned the money. They do twice the work and twice the sacrifice to say they got something for free. So corn is coming back from the airport, you say. Well, Trump's back in Washington. He went to the football game. And here's Dan Scavino put this picture out. So I guess Dan Scavino was with Mr. T on Air Force One. There they are looking down at the stadium. And yeah, there's a blue engine. You can tell which plane he's on. And a lot of people posted this. This is the actual flyover. Man, that thing... I can't believe it's not going like twice as fast, but I don't think anybody messed with the video.
Air Force One, high above Northwest Stadium here in Landover, Maryland, as the Lions have taken a 7-0 lead over the Commanders, and we are scheduled
Oh, man, I'm sorry about that, guys. I put up a picture from Midas Trash Pail Network. That was my fault, Miss Spinner Sue. I guess when I hit the button to put the picture up, the mic cut off. But their biggest concern was a little pack of morons in a crowd of, I don't know, 50,000 giving the finger. That's what they're doing a whole video on. Yeah, there's a delay. I'm seeing y'all's chats. I'm sorry about that. But anyway, all the stuff that's going on in this country, and that's what they're worried about. Here you go. We're going to keep making fun of them. When you served dutifully in the great meme wars of the 20s. You might want to put that one up on the on your meta page. Whoa, come back. Boop, there it is. Yeah, the Graybeard said 5 out of 5 now, yeah. All right. Anyway, here Trump put this picture up. The main entrance to the new ballroom at the White House. Is this completed or is this an AI picture? I don't think it's AI. They built it that fast. And get the furniture in there? And what do you see flanking the entrance doors? You got a picture of George and Martha Washington. I don't know, Miss Sue. They're rocking and rolling. Aracelsus says AI. I don't know. It looks... Of course, the news isn't covering it. You know, they could have crews down there. Has anybody heard from, what's that guy, Penguin 6? Penguin 6, has he been down there? Covering the construction? I'll have to check him out and see. So anyway, this really got put out quite a bit. This is big news. Speaking of fake news, Daily Mail. Boris Johnson, until the BBC boss Tim Davie either comes clean on how Panorama doctored Trump's speech or resigns, I won't be paying my license fee, which I guess is what they pay to watch TV over there. This is a guy who was in charge of the BBC when they altered that tape of Trump. So then Trump posted this. The Telegraph said Trump goes to war with fake news BBC. The White House appears to have standard chartered in its crosshairs for alleged sanction-busting behavior. Rob Crilly, chief U.S. correspondent, they put all the names down. Then the news pops out. Trump posted this also. BBC Director General and new CEO resigns over Trump documentary edit. So he's out of a job. Good. Where's the video of that? I think the BBC actually, here it is, I think. Yeah, this is BBC when they announced it. You know, Fox News go, boom, alert, big alert. No, the British are a little more low-key.
It's the ultimate sacrifice. Graham Satchell, BBC News.
Some breaking news to bring you about the BBC. The BBC chairman has announced that both the Director General, Tim Davie, and the News CEO, Deborah Turness, are to resign. Let's bring you more on that story. Our culture reporter, Noor Nanji, is with me here. So tell us about the background to this and about the resignation statements.
Yeah, that's right. Really significant news that's just come to us in the last few minutes. So both the BBC's Director General, Tim Davie, but also Deborah Turness, who is the CEO of News, both resigning. We've just had that, as I say, in the last few minutes. Now, in a statement, the BBC chairman, Samir Shah, said this is a sad day for the BBC. He said Tim has been an outstanding Director General.
Blah, blah, blah. Just like they said about that CBS guy when he resigned. It's a sad day. He really did good at his job. Well, you know what I was going to put in my thumbnail before I started watching the government shutdown stuff? I was going to put boom. Because there was a boom. Hi, Jackie. Before I put it on the screen, I think it is a huge boom. But, you know, if you use booms too much, people won't, you know, I'm not a clickbaiter. Yeah, Miss Minute Sue said more resignations. There was a big boom. I wonder if you all caught it. It's about a certain person that we all know and do not love. Concerning money. Gobs and gobs of money. Who am I talking about? Here you go. While y'all thinking, I'll put up some Trump truths. Obamacare sucks. The worst health care for the price. Bruh. W said Bill Gates has a good guess. His boom came when he said, climate change is not a mortal threat. I'm going to backtrack a little bit. I'm sorry, I got everybody scared over climate change. And that's not his last boom that's coming either. This is another thing that Trump posted. This is a smaller boom. He's just reminding everybody. You know who this is beautiful individual is walking down the steps? Trump posted this today. Letitia James's niece living in home at center of fraud indictment exposed as fugitive from the law with years-long rap sheet. There she is. I heard she's single and looking. And looking and looking and looking. Nobody has talked about it. Tom. How you doing, Tom? Said Alex. Alex Sorioso. Debbie said Little George. Good guesses. I think they got booms coming. Let y'all guess some more. Trump put this up. How easy should voter ID identification be to get from the radical left Democrats? There should be nothing easier, right? Well, out of 47 Democrats, we don't even have one vote from them. That is for one reason, and one reason only. They want to cheat. They are a bunch of scoundrels, cheaters, and psychopaths. Terminate the filibuster and take our country back. Approve voter ID. Make America great again. That is the top priority, folks. Rain said Clinton Foundation. House Joy West, Debbie said. Yeah, ending patient confidentiality. That was McStain pushed for that. Yeah, keep looking. Oh, there's a lid for every pot. I don't care how many dents it's got in it. There's a lid for every pot. Somebody, like my old friend. Oh, I got to tell you this story. That old friend of mine, when he passed away about 5 years ago, he was 98 years old. And I was driving down the road. He was riding beside me. And, he's like 30 years or more older than me. And he, I guess maybe 30 years. He's looking out the window and there's a woman pushing a stroller, and I'm not kidding you. She was immense. And just a terrifically unattractive woman pushing a stroller. And it was one of those things where we both looked at each other. And he said, he shrugged his shoulders and said, well, she turned somebody on. Because she was pushing a stroller with a baby in it. She must have turned somebody on. Maybe she was babysitting. I don't know. Let's see what else Trump's got to say. Dems claim to be working for the little guy and driving down your health insurance, but the Obamacare scam goes straight to their best friends in the insurance industry. They are making a killing while health coverage only gets worse. If Democrats get their way again, they're in for another huge payday at the expense of the American people. No deal. Republicans should give money directly to your personal health savings account that I expanded in our great, big, beautiful bill. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Oh, she turned somebody on. Every time I see somebody that's less than attractive pushing a stroller, I have to laugh when I think about that. So, so it just passed 60 to 40. Yeah, that was already in the cards, wasn't it? Wasn't it? Baked in. Hi, Debbie, we didn't see you come in. Well, I think this is a sleeper. I'll put it up in a minute. Y'all keep guessing. I think this is a sleeper, and it was posted by the President of the United States, and nobody said a word about it. Trump put up, I am sorry that the American people are being terrorized by Democrats who have decided to shut the government down to make me and other Republicans continue Obamacare subsidies, which have been a windfall for health insurance companies and a disaster for the American people. The largest health insurance companies have seen their stock prices soar, some over 1,000%, since the passage of Obamacare. Meanwhile, American premiums have more than doubled, contrary to President Obama's promise. I believe that the money should go directly to the people to purchase better health care, directly to the people. Oh, and he also said we ought to get $2,000 from tariffs. So anyway, to purchase better health care and create competition. There you go. This enrichment of health insurance companies must stop. It is long past time to lower premiums, not enrich insurance companies. I stand ready to work with both parties to solve this problem once the government is open. Stop terrorizing the American people. Stop pushing failed policies. Well, insurance companies must have been a heck of a lobbyist You know, lobbyists get paid. Hi, Ann. Looks like we made it. So they got 60 votes. Well, anyway, let me put this on the screen. This has got to be important. This has got to be a big deal. This was put up by Donald J. Trump. Barack Hussein Obama. Have you heard of him? Have you heard of him, Barack Hussein Obama? Oh, I wouldn't believe that outlandish. I think it's going to be a check like the stimulus, maybe. I don't know. So a deduction type thing. We'll see. We'll see. Trump's not going. I don't think Trump's going to play games like that. But anyway, have you heard of him, Barack Hussein Obama? Well, somebody heard of him. How come my screen froze up? I'm trying to put this up here. My screen is messing with me. I hope you all can hear me good enough. Because usually when my screen doesn't want to respond, it is messing with me. Breaking. Donald Trump posted this. Doge halts yearly payment of $2.5 million to Barack Hussein Obama. Have you heard of him? For, quote, royalties linked to Obamacare. Royalties? Obama has collected this payment since 2010. He's been collecting money for 15 years for a total of $40 million in taxpayer dollars. $40 million in taxpayer dollars. Hi, Sparky. Yeah, that's right. I think it's going to be a dividend check. This is not criminal. And they were complaining about Trump with the emoluments clause because he wanted to put some diplomats up at the Trump Hotel because the security was already there. No, Trump is going to be making money off of diplomats or whatever they were having. They were having some kind of, maybe it might have been G7 or something like that. He said, well, put them up at the Trump Hotel. All the security's there, top of the line, and it's right there on Pennsylvania Avenue. Oh, no, the Trump organization will be making money. So they spent millions and millions of dollars to go find another facility farther away so Trump wouldn't get to business. Ridiculous. And here Obama has been skinning us for tens of millions of dollars on just one. What kind of royalty did you get for the Iran deal? I think this is a big deal, folks. And the fact that everybody's silent about it speaks volumes. Yeah, how do you get royalties? I know lobbyists get kickbacks. all these bleeding heart liberals. Do you remember how they wandered around for literally years with Ukraine flags, screaming and yelling about Ukraine? Deliveries of American weapons to NATO allies for Ukraine have been suspended due to the U.S. government shutdown. Axios reports citing sources in the State Department. You don't hear a damn peep out of them, do you? Because they found a bunch of other stuff to bitch about. Their food stamps. Yeah, it's awful for people that need it, but I'll tell you what, it's awful that the air traffic controllers weren't getting their money, that we had to go begging for money to pay the military, and that there are people, many other people in the federal government that are going to work and not getting any money. They're having trouble with their groceries too. But the main focus is the people that have been getting the free rides. Worry about them. Remember I told you about that guy, Cinema Shogun? He's been doing some good videos about the food stamp wars or EBT wars or whatever. Cinema Shogun. And he's also got another channel called Fat and Opinionated. Because he's a heavy-set boy. Or young man, or whatever. Anyway, he put up a video today. You see what's on the screen there? Burlington. Type the PIN number. EBT Wars exposes the truth about food stamps. You can get a membership at Burlington and you can buy all kinds of crap. Not just food. What does Burlington mostly sell? Yeah, they did away with that, bro. They did away with that not having Obamacare penalty. That's why, because that penalty was in places how they were able to call it a tax. Instead, or they called that a tax instead of a fine. Twisting reality. But anyway, he did a video showing how people are able to spend the cash on other than food. And he puts up these TikTok videos people are doing where they're bragging how they cheat and screw over the system to get EBT cards. And he's like me. He's hoping that all this stuff will end up in prosecutions. We shall see. We have to build a hell of a lot of damn jails. Goofball media. Power to ignore. Here's another story. Nobody's reporting on. Oregon Democrat lawmaker becomes a fugitive. She left the country and took her 9-year-old son because she ripped off her boyfriend's elderly relative for $30,000. Here's one of her campaign. I sniped it off the screen there. Here's one of her campaign ads. She won. And then now she's getting charged, and she split. It's official. I filed to run for the position 4 on Clackamas County Commission, and she won the position. And next thing you know, there's a indictment for stealing from an elderly relative of her paramour. Nothing from the mainstream media. I go someplace like Newsmax, I hope, is up and coming. Oh, gosh. She's laughing in our faces. Representative Ilhan Omar. She's being asked about, what will you do if you get deported? Act like, oh, you're being threatened unfairly. Well, how do you feel about that? She could care less. She thinks she's protected. Maybe she is. I don't know.
I mean, I have no worry. I don't know how they take away my citizenship and like deport me, but I don't even know like why that's such a scary threat. Like, I'm not the 8-year-old who escaped war anymore. I'm grown. My kids are grown. Like, I can go live wherever I want.
Get the hell out of our country. Yeah, that's that one of many. She's one of many that got to get removed from the country. I'm just reading the chats. Yeah, Trump did away with the penalty. Social Security increase will be, the automatic, 2.8. But when we get a lot of these people off that have no business, all the fraud, waste, fraud, abuse, France would probably take her, Larry. France would probably take her. Here's a video of some, I showed you all when I was having trouble with my stream. I showed you that woman that was following ICE agents. And when she got confronted by an officer who's very firm and polite, and he said, look, I'm going to go ahead and open a case against you, how quickly she went, can I just go home? Can I just go home? And she went home. Oh, here you see somebody trying to shove a door on an agent trying to leave a car. They're trying to shove the door back, close the door on him so he can't get out of his car.
Hey, leave her the fuck alone! Leave her the fuck alone! Here, come here. I'll help you. I know. I'm recording.
Got two of them. One in the orange, the one in the brown. Let me play it again for you. But my point is, you're the one that got to doing this recording. You heard her back off right away. She said, I know, when they said, don't touch us. But the one that I didn't even notice, the one in the brown shirt, jumped on that agent's back, and they threw her to the ground real quick.
Hey, leave her the fuck alone! Leave her the fuck alone! Here, come here. I'll help you. I know. I'm recording.
So those two are charged with assaulting federal agents. And did they catch the character that shot? This is T-Sply. He put this on his thumbnail. Shots fired at agents. Federal agents boxed in and fired at. Did you all hear whether they caught the guy or not? That's probably the most physical activity. Yeah, Miss Minister said hit the like button. I keep forgetting to ask people to hit the like button. Helps the video get around. But anyway, this was after that dopey judge said that they can't use force anymore. Well, it just emboldens them, and somebody's going to get seriously hurt. Just a matter of time. I hate to say it. I don't want it to happen. Oh, here's the videos of, before I forget, Pete Hegseth. It's 2 videos. Let me see. This one, I forget which clip comes before which. But if you listen to him, let me see. He says that the Pentagon is on a war footing. Let me go ahead and play it. Whoops. Got to cut my mic off so I can play it.
This is a 1939 moment, or hopefully a 1981 moment, a moment of mounting urgency. Enemies gather, threats grow, you feel it, I feel it. If we are going to prevent and avoid war, which is what we all want, we must prepare. We're not building for peacetime. We are pivoting the Pentagon and our industrial base to a wartime footing. Building for victory should our adversaries FAFO.
So it's a 1939 moment or a 1981 moment. Well, 39 was the after the failure at Munich and World War. And 81 was when Reagan came in and we had peace and prosperity. That's what I'm taking from it. But nobody's really covering it, but that's what he said. You know, there is a lot of, I hate to do this to y'all. I got to show it to you. This was about 2 hours before I went live. This was posted. Foreigner desecrates altar at St. Peter's in Rome for the 3rd time in a month. I got the clip. I wonder what the persuasion is of this foreigner. He was walking around on top of the altar, kicking stuff off there, and they're just going to have to start profiling. They're going to have to start profiling and just keep people out. Keep people out. Here is an idiot, Portland Marxist, begging for a visit from the Secret Service. He makes some veiled threats. One of them is, I think, outright. Could easily be taken as an outright threat. And they surround themselves with people in wheelchairs and furries and all this. And you also hear him brag. Since he got hit with a tear gas canister in his eye, that he's going to get a new house. But you can tell he's just babbling and making crap up as he goes. Doesn't sound to me like he's got any sound principles. But it's a combination of things. You'll hear him menacing people. You'll hear him stop and try to dream up something really intelligent to say, and he can't really come up with anything, but he acts so sophisticated. And then he'll brag about how much money he's going to get for attracting enough attention to get himself popped with a tear gas canister. We should be in jail, in my opinion.
Because the meal that's coming next year, you will not be able to swallow. The orange turd that started all of this, he may not even last till then. You better hope he does, because if he dies before he's able to pardon you, you're done. Because there are no politicians that will pick up the dog shit you left if he goes. This will splinter. Every fascist regime ends the same way, with the death of its leader, because those leaders that hold together a fascist regime have to hold together a cult of personality, and they will not tolerate a number two with the ability to keep that cult together, and so it evaporates. And when that does, the tools of tyrants, you two, and everyone that's hiding back there, you're left in the wind. You will become almost as if you were stateless, because we don't want you, and I'm pretty sure Mexico's not going to take you. I do think there is a place for some of you, if not most. This building, it does nothing for my country right now. It serves no purpose in my community. Nothing useful, at least. It could have been a health center. It could have been a mental health center. It could have been a drug treatment center. It could have been an education center. It could have been a school. But no, this multi-million-dollar building is wasted on the titillations of the hatred that you are a tool of. Oh, I know. I know. But one day, here's my thought. One day, we'll make a federal detention center of this place. So get used to it. Because once your judgment comes from a federal court, you could spend the next 10 to 15 years in here. Let me remind you one more thing. You've already shot me once before. Almost blinded me. Or actually one of your brethren with Bortak. A 5-ounce CS canister launched at my face that almost blew out my left eye. Now I've got a lawyer. See those big buildings downtown? He's up in the top ones in one of those big buildings. You know how he affords that? Because he takes money from people like you and you enter and assault American citizens. So shoot me again. You're already buying me a house. Buy me a new boat. I would love a new boat.
Yeah, that's what I called it. I called it Riot Racket. I called it Riot Racket. Suing and these lawyers that get a big commission out of it, and these liberal judges. You already bought me a house. Go ahead and buy me a boat. That's how he finished up on this clip here. And you got judges that go right along with it, that think they're victims. And he's talking about, you hadn't done anything for my country. Well, what have you done? What do you do for a living, fat boy? You wouldn't work in a pie factory if you got a bite out of every pie. So, anyway. Here's George Slopadopoulos. Listen to how Scott Pacent makes a point, and George does everything he can to interrupt him. Everything he can to interrupt him, talking over him. Oh, I know. But I think Pacent handled it pretty good.
George, the best way to do it, and look, you were involved in a lot of these in the 90s, and you basically called the Republicans terrorists, and you said that it is not the responsible party that keeps the government closed. And so what we need is 5 brave, moderate Democratic senators to cross the aisle, because right now it is 52 to 3. 5 Democrats can cross the aisle and reopen the government. That's the best way to do it, George.
I can disagree with you about the history there, but we don't need a history lesson right now.
George,
let's talk about what's happening right now.
If you want, I've got all your quotes here. George.
I'm sure you do.
And I went back,
let's talk about the situation right now.
Read your book. So you got one purchase on Amazon this week, and that's very much what you said.
What do you mean by that? Amazon purchase statement. But George didn't want to let him keep going, did he? Here's another report. 44 migrants, also known as illegals. But anyway, let me play the video. They did some raids at a bunch of houses and a business.
ICE. According to a post on their Facebook page, Kauai County says a total of 44 people were arrested as a result of 6 federal search warrants that were executed at multiple homes and one business on the Garden Isle. Kauai County says among those arrested were 2 suspected associates of the foreign terrorist organization Tren de Aragua, based in Venezuela.
Tren de Aragua has got all the way out there to Hawaii. They're in Hawaii operating. Boy, I saw where Trump said 170,000 applications have gone in for to get a job with ICE. Here's something else Trump posted. Less crime, more Trump. Less crime, more Trump. You could say it either way. The more Trump you get, the less crime you get. Here is, let me see what this one about. Oh, this is about the planes. Like I said, folks, the government's not opening up tonight. If they're going to make changes to the bill, it's got to go back to the House for the House to vote on it, and it's got to be sent to Trump for Trump to sign. And if the House has a problem with any of this stuff they're putting in there about nixing the people Trump has fired and trying to say the president can't fire people during shutdowns anymore, that might be a big problem. So it's not open yet.
Yesterday, Jake, 18 of 22 controllers in Atlanta didn't show up. We had 81 staffing triggers throughout the national airspace yesterday. That means controllers weren't coming to work. To answer your question, it's only going to get worse. I look to the 2 weeks before Thanksgiving, you're going to see air travel be reduced to a trickle. We have a number of people who want to get home for the holidays. They want to see their family. They want to celebrate this great American holiday. Listen, many of them are not going to be able to get on an airplane because there are not going to be that many flights that fly if this thing doesn't open back up. We have controllers who, again, are making decisions to feed their families as opposed to come to towers or Tracons or centers and do their jobs. And I want them to come to work. The problem is they're confronted with real economic problems. The answer is vote to open up the government and then have your debates, have your conversation. I think that's the best way and best approach to get America back operational.
Yeah, I see what you're all saying. Some people are saying to keep it shut down. But, I heard one person say optics weren't important. Well, they said this just yesterday. To go ahead and go scorched earth, optics aren't important. No, we know from 1700 that optics are very important. And it all depends on how this is presented. And we have got a crooked press. And the best example I can give you is, a lot of these subpoenas and investigations that are going through Congress, I'm like everybody else. I roll my eyes like, oh boy, here we go again. Congress is going to investigate. Congress is putting out a subpoena. But what it's really doing is laying the groundwork, I believe, for factual, on the record evidence that can be used in future trials and or tribunals. So I'm more patient with what's going on in Congress as far as these investigations go. But think back when Trey Gowdy was playing patty cake with Hillary Clinton. And you had egregious, you had the Benghazi loss of life and an ambassador get killed. You had these hidden emails that tens of thousands of them were confidential in nature or secret or top secret or restricted access that got out to every country in the world. But public perception, optics, were on Hillary's side thanks a lot to the crooked media, where she could actually sit there when they're talking about all the people that lost their lives in Benghazi. She could actually sit there and say, what does it matter now? What does it matter? So optics do mean a lot. And when we've got media picking and choosing what's important and what's not, and the public falls asleep, they get away with a lot of stuff. So we got to keep them engaged. And with Trump saying, hey, you get $2,000. Hey, you can have money in your medical savings account and spend it yourself. That's going to get people to keep engaged and be paying attention. So if they vote to open the government and Trump vetoes it, if the optics are bad and it looks like Trump, and they flip it and say Trump is the reason nobody's getting their EBT, Trump is the reason planes aren't flying, that's bad. Bad news. You can't have that kind of optics. And, if they pass something that's unconstitutional, maybe we can handle it that way. This is a Mark Ultramatic MAGA. Zoran Mamdani is catching major heat for slapping a $13 price tag on beers at his own victory bash. I arrived thinking everything would be free, only to be charged $13 for a Bud Light. I was shocked after all the hard work I put in, one progressive campaign worker said. You're shocked that a commie screwed you? And what do you do? Oh, it figures you'd be buying a Bud Light. But anyway, talk about a plot twist colder than that brew. Hey, New York City, the gap between what Mamdani spews and reality will feel like the Grand Canyon. Buckle up, buttercups. It's going to be a bumpy ride. Live and learn, hopefully. Plus, he's asking for money for his goofy transition team. Devin Nunes put this up. I didn't get to put this up the other day either. Kind of a slow day, so I get to put up stuff I wasn't able to put up. We discovered today from the Senate Judiciary Committee that Trump Media and Technology Group was among the more than 400 Trump-linked individuals and organizations that were spied on as part of Special Counsel Jack Smith's investigation of President Trump. Oh, Lindsey Graham did an interview with Maria Bartiromo, and he brought up that they're looking for connections between Jack Smith, Fannie Willis, Letitia James, anybody that was conniving, including, and working together to go after Trump. And Maria Bartiromo said, do you think people go to jail over it? He said, I most certainly hope so. So let's see. Specifically, the Smith team issued a shockingly broad secret subpoena for our banking records. This is a stunning abuse of power against a private business and our hundreds of thousands of retail investors, especially since Trump media did not even exist at the time of the events Jack Smith was supposedly investigating. We now need to know what the SEC and JP Morgan, J.P. Morgan, Epstein Island, knew about this blatant malfeasance, when they did know it, and whether anyone leaked our bank records. So Jack Smith may be looking not only at criminal liability, but a lot of personal liability. Let's see what this one is. This might be an old post. Oh, yeah, I already put this one up. About sending the money directly to the people. That would keep them engaged. When you wave money around, people start paying attention. What's this one? Let me see. Oh. The plan, this is Germany, right? Talk about waking up. The plan was for migrants to support the pensioners. Now, over there in Europe, in the UK and Germany, places like that, we call people being on Social Security, they call them pensioners. Pensioners. Now the pensioners are working till 73 to support the migrants. You can't make this up. Oh, that makes me think of Rand Paul wanting to up into 70. Lauren Chen said, I thought the main point of migrants was the need to support the pensioners, but it turns out the pensioners will need to keep working in order to support the migrants. Can you imagine working all your life and you got to keep on plugging along at 73 years old to your 73, and how long you'll live after that? You can't live in peace for any appreciable amount of time of your life. But you've got these migrants coming around, riding around on little scooters in Walmart, whether they're disabled or not, getting free everything, and you can take that EBT stuff and spend it at Burlington and movie theaters or whatever. I mean, when are people going to start waking the hell up? When do you get to live in peace without some damn bureaucrat banging on your door? People have taken a lot of abuse in this country and don't even realize it. Oh, this is where Trump's talking about this Tim Davie, top people at the BBC, including Tim Davie. So he's not the only one. Fired because they're doctoring his very good, perfect speech, January 6th. He thanks the Telegraph. I've been critical of the Telegraph, but sometimes they put up dopey headlines. They're very dishonest people who try to step on the scales of presidential election on top of everything else. They are from a foreign country, one that many consider our number one ally. What a terrible thing for democracy. He noticed he didn't say that he thought they were number one ally. Here's what Ruski's talking about. This is very rare. This is what a reporter giving his personal opinion on Trump. Damn, this business from the Americans, simply brilliant. No joke. Look, they imposed sanctions on Russia's oil industry under the pretext of the war in Ukraine. But in fact, they used the opportunity to eliminate a competitor. They threatened everyone for buying oil from Russia. Then they, quote, showed leniency, exempt Hungary from these sanctions, but in return, Budapest buys natural gas from Washington for $600 million. Yeah, that's right. It's called making a deal. Art of the deal. Thank you very much. The U.S. has removed Syria's transitional president Ahmad al-Sharaa, or whatever you say his name, from the list of particularly dangerous global terrorists. The State Department clarifies that he was previously known as Mohammed al-Julani. In addition, sanctions have been lifted on Syria's Minister of Interior, Anas Hassan Attab, According to the State Department, this decision is related to recognizing the progress made by the Syrian leadership after Bashar al-Assad's departure and more than half a century of repression under his regime. Earlier this week, the UN Security Council also lifted sanctions against al-Sharaa and Hattab. Reuters reported that Sharaa agreed to the deployment of U.S. troops in Damascus, but Syrian official media denied this. So we'll see which way that goes. Trump wants that Backroom air base back. We'll see what happens with that. That might have a little something to do with it. I don't know. Oh, this is a weird one. This was a video. I got a clip of it. Russia has developed laser weapons capable of automatically shooting down drones in a fraction of a second. Its operation was demonstrated at a test range. In less than half a second, the Posok laser system independently destroyed a drone. In the coming years, such systems may be widely deployed in addition to air defense systems. So I got the little clip here. It looks it's a 17-second clip, by the way. I don't know, it looks kind of crappy video. I don't know. Tell me what y'all think about it. I don't know. For all we know, it got hit by something else, you know. It sure didn't look like a laser from Star Wars. But they're putting it up there. Oh, here you go. I told you I had another meme with her face on it. Polly Rican put this up. Here you go, crybaby. Here's some tissues for you. Jerry, don't put that letter in. Take it down, please. You spell it C-U-E. Thank you very much. Here we go. Especially after finding out about that $2.5 million, or what was it, $2 million for 15 years. Barack Hussein Obama got from the American taxpayer in the form of kickbacks. It took 23 years to build this nation, and you let me, a Muslim, destroy it in 8. I divided you, spent $150 billion of your tax dollars to my Muslim brothers, and got a record number of Muslims to run for office. Now watch what I do next. This is an old meme we knew way before Trump even ran for office. And I think it's apropos that people are reposting this about Hussein when we find out about his royalties he's been getting. The great divider-in-chief from the party of hate and violence. If they bring a knife to the fight, we bring a gun. There's the date. He said it. I want you to argue with them and get in their face. There's the date. He said it. I don't want to quell anger. I think people have the right to be angry. I'm angry. There you go. There's the date. We're going to punish our enemies. Yeah. Well, I think we need to do a little audit. You audited President Trump's finances, got his tax returns. So maybe we need to do that with you. Here's Maria Bartiromo. What's she got going on? Oh, this is where Zeldin warns at a crossroad moments as shutdown threatens mass layoffs at EPA. And I'm not sure if that had something to do with the 41-day limit or not. I'm just checking the chats here. Jerry, you didn't take that down. I got to remove it. There we go. Get me in trouble with that, bro. Anyway, what's this video here? Is that Trump flying? Oh, this is Trump flying off over the stadium when he left. Yeah, he didn't stay long. Scavino posted that too. I got a video I want to play y'all. I can't remember what this... Let me see what this one is. What is this one about? I don't remember. I think this was from yesterday or day before yesterday.
What the actual... Excuse me, can you not do that, please? Really? Really? Why are you doing this to our signs? Why do you...
That is just despicable.
Stomping on TPUSA signs at college. I hope they suspend her or do some kind of disciplinary action.
Despicable behavior. That is despicable. Would you like to apologize to the camera? You wouldn't like to do that. So could you explain why you trampled on our signs, please?
Hot dog is off her checkout. She can't because she's not proud of herself.
We have freedom of speech just as you do.
Code hot dog, $5 off our checkout. Winter walk tomorrow. Be there. Destroy other people's property. That's not freedom of speech. You can't talk? Are you embarrassed? Okay, what's your name? Why don't you identify yourself? You don't know your name? Yeah? But you can't talk? It's okay. We just needed your face to get facial recognition.
See how proud she is of herself. Thinks she's funny, stomping on TPUSA signs. Where was she from? Where is she from? University of Oklahoma student. Majoring in Karen studies. Destroys Turning Point UPS. Boy. That's what we got. Let's see. Like I said, this is one I got from day before yesterday. Yeah, I didn't get mad at him, Miss Minner Sue. Wait a minute, what's going on? Whoa. Yeah, she's a nasty little thing. She's a little princess, thinks she's always right. So anyway, I got this little video here. I hope you all enjoy it. I'm going to go ahead and sign off. I should be going live tomorrow night, but we'll see what kind of stuff they're going to try to put into this stuff they're going to send back to the House. Okay? Supposedly going to end the shutdown. We shall see. So anyway, folks, thank you for spending your precious time with me. And once again, I want to thank Wayne and Mike and Bev for helping out this week at Buy Me a Coffee. I have a link in the description if anybody wants to help the channel out. So anyway, I hope you enjoy this video. And like I said, should be going live tomorrow night. If you're subscribed, you'll know when I go live. So anyway, enjoy the video. Y'all have a great night. I'll be seeing you soon. This is Mountain Man, over and out.
Here's the headline ABC reported. A teacher at a Chicago daycare center was violently dragged out and then arrested by federal immigration officers. And here's the actual story. According to DHS, officers attempted to conduct a traffic stop on a vehicle and the driver refused to pull over. The cops then chased the car into a shopping center where both the driver and his female passenger got out and made a run for it. They ran into the daycare center that had children inside and tried to barricade themselves in the building. Police then arrested the woman inside the vestibule, not the actual school itself. She gave police a false ID and then told them she didn't know the man who was driving her own car and claimed she had just picked him up from a bus stop. So make of that what you will. Turns out she's an illegal alien from Colombia who came across the border unlawfully in 2023. Then she allegedly paid human smugglers to bring her 2 teenage children across the border unlawfully just last month, which is a federal offense. And all of this is being framed by a news media that want you to think that ICE is just indiscriminately ripping teachers out of schools. They are lying to the American people about federal immigration enforcement. They are stoking fear on purpose, and they are counting on you to be stupid enough to believe it.